starting.
Right,
Here we go,
There
guys.
Salud.
Yo, to the young boy, guys.
Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro, pa adentro.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
I mean,
All
this
right.
is a Latino pop.
And that's a
podcast, right?
It is. It is. Get closer to the mic. Get closer to the mic so it records you real nice.
Yeah, let
Let
me
me-
say that
That
again.
gets better
This
by
is
the
a Latino podcast.
Podcast. So-
Just in case you didn't understand.
What's today's date? So today's the 4th of December,
Yes, December 4th.
2020.
Welcome back to the Young Guys podcast.
Right, that's right.
No, I'm sorry, Young Old Guys podcast.
Young old
Sheesh.
guys. Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn.
shit.
You all right?
Totally up. Yeah, I'm all right.
You good?
Is
So-
Zeus all right?
So-
I'm
I am
gonna say
good, man.
about-
So we're introducing Zeus, and to answer your question, we just all happen to be Latino.
Yes.
You know, so
It happens to be.
we're
that.
giving our outlook, we're giving our thoughts, and it just always, you have to put that little thing on it that everything we're doing is part of our heritage also, depending on how we think and how we were brought up and everything. So
Absolutely.
it's
And
not necessarily titled as Latino, but we just happen to all
So
be.
you want to hear something funny, guys? The fact that I'm bringing up the whole Latino thing, right, is the fact that I'm only half Latino. Right,
That's why?
the guy that's least Latino,
At least Latino.
right? It's almost like
That's
the
half
guy
Swedish.
That's almost like the pro black is like the most light.
But see, so this is what I think also though. So you saying that though makes me think of the fact of Latinos. I'm going to take Puerto Ricans because I am Puerto Rican and that's kind of what I know. So you have 3 cultures that make Puerto Ricans.
There's something there.
The Europeans, you have the Indians, and then you have the slaves, where they're the Africans, right? I know Tony doesn't believe this shit. Everyone's black to Tony.
No, I wasn't gonna say that, but all right.
Am I right, though? Right?
No.
Haven't you
not
made
right.
that statement?
No, I didn't make that statement.
Oh my God!
I'll break it down on another
Okay.
podcast.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes,
No, you've
that's
made
that
that
time.
statement bbefore, and that's
And
I'm a little upset that you
have misconstrued.
no.
I have
You've heard
him
to say it.
that.
He's like,
Heard me say
we're all
what?
black.
I've heard
we're
him
all
say
black.
that.
Oh yeah, no, that yes,
Yes.
we're all black. Yes.
So then everyone's black.
Yes.
So anyway, so I was right, folks at home.
No, I
taking
thought you
count.
were saying something.
I'll,
else.
Yeah.
I'll have to say I agree with him on that one.
Yeah,
and we'll
we're all
talk
black.
on that on
Later.
later.
On another
That's
later
another
podcast.
one.
Yeah.
So there are 3 people. So you have all 3. You just might have a little higher shot of the European
right.
than most.
Right.
Yes.
And same thing with me. Like I'm more Spaniard than I am black or European.
So you
Well,
are
Spaniard is
you
European.
are the same. It's just your percentages are a little different.
Yeah.
Right.
So like the same guys when you get dudes that are coming real dark and their moms all like I'll take my kids for instance. So I'm Puerto Rican, my wife's black. But black is already inside of me. So it's like they're not I wouldn't consider it them half black and half Latino.
Right, but you're black, so you just said it.
I have black in me, yes.
Okay, all right. So
But
make
I
sure.
also have Indian.
But that's what I'm talking
I
about.
also
Though, but
have
we're still
So
black.
my kids
He makes a lot of sense, though.
So my kids are still considered to me, they're Puerto Rican. They just have a higher percentage of African American in
I
them.
agree with that. I agree with
And
that.
it kind of counters my
Your whiteness.
really light-skinned Europeanness in me.
Right.
Because like, how does my son, fucking blonde hair and blue eyes, and he came out of a black lady?
He's fucking handsome, bro.
That just means that my European genes just like they
Right.
find their fighting.
So
He's just handsome like his
here's-
uncle.
and
Yeah.
let me explain that. Let me explain that.
Oh shit!
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I
Break it down.
am so into Ancestry. Right?
Uh-huh.
I've taken the Ancestry DNA test through Ancestry.com.
Uh-huh.
Right? I've taken it through 23andMe. All that good stuff.
Can I ask, like, was it why are you like so adamant about? Because most people will take it once
That's a great question.
and they'll run off.
Yeah,
Like you went through the like 2-3 tests,
absolutely.
getting 2-3 different labs results and comparing and contrasting. Like you're really thinking about this.
Yeah, that's a great question. So the reason why is because
Closer to the mic.
closer to
Get in there. Get in there.
Yo, what's
So-
the dude from Joe Rogan? Jamie?
Jamie, no.
Jamie, the dude that sits in the back and switches the
Oh yeah,
cameras.
yeah, Jamie, yeah.
We need a fucking Jamie, bro.
That's what we. Yo, I would love that.
Yeah.
It is funny you say that
Dope.
because I was thinking that shit because I was watching his podcast. He was like, Jamie, could you pull that up real quick?
Yeah,
yeah, the shit pulls up.
He's
Yo,
the dude.
that's what we need.
Yo,
need
that'd
a
be a
dude.
good
But
one.
who could we get?
I don't know. They have to
can we
be on our
get?
same level because they have to have a computer. They have to be
Yeah.
able to. I mean, we don't ever ask any Google shit.
But we
Yeah.
could.
We could.
We definitely could.
But he could be the motherfucker that will switch the cameras for
Yeah.
us, and we don't have to edit at the
Because
end.
I'm trying to get the fucking.
All right, y'all getting off topic.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
You know, he doesn't want to lose his train of thought.
Go ahead.
I don't want to lose my train of thought because I have really bad ADHD. So, back to Enrique's question. I think that's an excellent question, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
The fact that I'm really so adamant on that is the fact that I didn't really get to know my dad like that, right? My dad was Puerto Rican. My mom was Swedish, right? So my dad, I didn't really get to know like that. My grandmother, right?
Dad's side or mom's side?
On my dad's side.
Mhm, okay.
That's literally the only grandparent I got to meet, right? Was my grandmother on my father's side.
Right.
She didn't speak any English. She only spoke Spanish, right? But she was so stuck in her ways, right? As a person of those times that she was like, "Oh yeah, all our family is from Spain. Yeah, we're from fine blood. We're from." I'm like, yeah.
Was she a light skinned woman?
She was not.
She was very dark.
She was not. She was very dark. She was very much, she had very thick hair. You know what I mean? It was like, I
Coarse?
could tell, coarse.
Like strong
I love
coarse.
that. Very strong coarse.
Okay.
And which is where I got my kind
Thicker
of
hair, your
thicker
curls.
hair from, my curls from, right?
Right.
And it always left me with questioning myself, like, and my identity, right? So I was always questioning myself, why do I have such thick hair? Why did everyone in high school think I was mixed? Why did everybody, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
mean, I don't want to say, yeah. I mean, all Puerto Ricans are mixed if you think about it.
we're all mixed.
My
Yeah, we're all
idea
mixed.
of it, but yeah, you're trying to say like there you could tell though that you had
We're a hybrid. Like there's no doubt about it.
110%.
Yeah, we're all hybrids, and that's just it. That's why we come in different colors. I mean, you have a black Puerto Rican, you have a white Puerto Rican, you have an Indian Puerto Rican, you have
Exactly.
everything in between those three.
Exactly.
No, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I-
I was
I
like,
see what you
I
mean.
was so curious about this, and I was like, you know what? I need to get to the bottom of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Get close to the
Why?
mic.
let me
if I gotta put it higher, let me know. Just unplug and put it higher.
let me just
I know you're tall as shit.
I gotta say like my thoughts of you. So
just the tip, just
just
the
the
tip,
tip. So just so everyone knows also
just the tip.
Zeus was kind of introduced to me like when I think we were in middle school, high school era.
Yep.
And I think it was through a line mainly because you guys had a lot of classes and stuff like that, and you were like that's how I met you. And when I first met you, I think I was thrown off from all the Puerto Rican stuff you had on to really sit there and be like, I don't know if that guy's one way or the other. It was like he's got to be Puerto Rican. He's got the remember the fucking necklaces.
Yeah, he used to go hard. I remember.
You had the necklace, the basketball jersey.
But
That's
it's
like
so
that.
hard
But
to-
that's
but
a
it's
typical
not-
Puerto Rican
I mean,
though.
the
Typical
shoes
Puerto
on,
Rican does
everything.
that.
They represent. So
Yeah,
I
like
was just
Puerto
like,
Ricans are
I didn't even
so-
think. Like I was surprised later on. I found out, yeah, my mom's Swedish. I was like, what? I was the opposite. I'm like,
Yeah.
like you went, like you were starting to talk it, speak it. So I was like, he's like any other Puerto Rican to me. Like, so I didn't know at that point
You didn't put
compared
two
to all
and
those
two together.
kids.
And the best part about it was that we both dated a lion's cousin.
Yeah, cousin
what I
at
mean?
that point. Yeah.
So we both dated a Mexican. So it was like, oh
Wait,
we have a
what?
connection.
Wait,
you dated who
What?
did you date? You dated
Oh.
Carol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Before or
Yeah.
after? That was after though, right?
I didn't know that.
what was
It was very.
when was that?
He said it was.
It had to
It
be
was like a
after.
Oh my
month.
god, dude!
Yo,
It was a
I'm
month.
only- no, I'm drawing
It was
a blank right
after. It was after because I was like, we were in
No, he was.
like
Yeah,
fucking
no, it
middle
was
school.
after. It was after because Springer.
I was Springer.
That was Springer Days. So that was middle school.
But she was older though, so she was in high school.
No,
No.
she was my grade.
She was the grade behind us, bro.
Maybe
Remember, she was the grade behind
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
maybe it was before.
This is Delaware, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delaware, Newcastle County.
County.
Okay, all right. Well, good. I'm glad we got it all out there. I mean,
Right? Yeah. So,
all right.
but
Shout out to Miss Clavijo.
yeah. But so you were saying about your grandmother. Or did we lose it?
No,
Did we
no,
lose it?
no,
No, we
no.
didn't
He was
lose it
just,
at
he
all.
was just,
No.
he was
Yo,
saying.
honestly,
pretty much saying.
No,
Yo.
we didn't lose it at all. So
So to define yourself.
right. So to make it even more complicated, right, was the fact that my father died when I was 5, right, and that was the Puerto Rican side of me, right, and I didn't, I didn't really think about my Puerto Rican side at the time, and then of course my mother remarried with a white guy.
My man Rob.
Caucasian.
So I got
My
one.
man Rob.
He
My man
was
David.
at the height
Mr.
of the
David.
Caucasus Mountains,
The mountains of Caucasus.
right?
Yeah, that's my boy though.
So that sets
Yeah,
you back.
that-
Growing
That
up
set me back. So it was at the
Of
point
your
at
Puerto
that time,
Ricanness.
at my Puerto Ricanness, right?
Yeah.
So when I went through high school, it was at the point where I was kind of like, all right, who the fuck? Are we allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
As long as it's
All
into the
right.
mic.
Just want to make sure.
As long as it's into the mic, you gotta
Yeah,
talk
as
into the
long-
mic.
yeah.
You don't talk into
Because
the
you're like
mic.
fading in. You're like,
All right. Let me say this again. Who the fuck was I? Right. So I had a lot of identity issues with that. You know what I mean?
was just about to say that. You must have a lot of identity issues.
I had oh my God, did I ever? I was rebelling like a motherfucker in high school. Let me tell you.
I got a question then. So
Yeah.
do you feel that you were, because this is obviously a thing that happens to a lot of kids who come from like a mixed race,
Yep.
and multi backgrounds and stuff like that. They feel like they don't have an identity. What would have made you feel less that way? Is it the fact that your father wasn't there at such a young age, or was it just the fact that you have the way you look different from most everyone else, probably in the early 90s? Because I think nowadays the ramp of mixed kids is shooting out of the roof. So all these kids are starting to fucking look the same. And also, because I know, or is it the fact that you just have two different backgrounds as far as families?
That's a great question. So, there's a couple of answers to that. Right. The first one is the fact that I had a white stepfather that was living at home. Right. That was a big issue. Right? Because people would look at me back in high school and be like, oh, you have a white mother and white father. Like, oh, and you're Puerto Rican? Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That was a big thing for me. So
Right.
it was like in high school, I felt like I kind of had to prove myself in a way.
Right.
So this was all about the other kids.
It was somewhat part of it.
Because you were getting teased a little. You felt like you had to, for some reason, you felt you had to, admit or defend and all that kind of stuff to these random kids.
You had
at
something
your
to prove.
school.
He had something to prove.
Yeah, that was a big part of it. It was also because of what I went through when we went out together. Honestly, like a lot of times when we went out together, and I was with my stepdad and my mom. They would check into restaurants and they would be like, "Oh yeah, we're checking in for a table for so and so, right?"
Right.
And I would walk in behind them, just so happens, like just by coincidence, right? And they would be like, they would stop me and they'd be like, "Are you?"
You lost or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And it was really funny. I remember there was one time I was with my stepdad. We were at a grocery store together. And he checked out. right? There were a couple things that he wanted to get, and there was a couple things that I wanted to get with my own money,
Right.
right? And I was behind him in line, right? He went and got his things, and he kind of, waited on the side for me while I got my things, and I was in there checking out. And when I was done checking out, the lady was like, "Oh, wait a minute. What are these things? What are these things? Did you steal?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" And my stepdad was right there, and she saw this. He saw this firsthand. He literally saw racism firsthand. And that's what kind of made him like, wow, holy shit.
So you're saying that, I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He realized white
There's
privilege.
racism out there.
Is
Oh my
yes,
God.
say
It's
it.
white privilege.
Say it.
I don't
Please
wanna
say
say
it.
it.
Please
I don't-
say
What are
it,
you guys
Tony.
talking
please.
about? You're acting like it don't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Please,
geez.
Tony.
Everywhere, bro.
Tony.
This is a very
It's
hard
2020.
conversation.
It's not.
I don't want
it's
to get into
not
this
a hard-
conversation.
It's not a
Okay,
hard conversation.
that's fine. But
No, you know what? Get in this conversation.
No,
Get
no,
in
no,
there,
no.
Tony, 'cause-
We're talking about Zeus right now.
No, I think
not going into
Zeus
we're-
definitely stated
Stated
what was going on.
I just stated that it's existent.
So where are you at, Tony? Because you've been quiet on this podcast, and Mr.
I have been
Conspiracy
quiet.
Theory
Yeah, go ahead.
and all this other bullshit talking about. I'm going to
I don't
speak
wanna
my
talk
mind and
about
talk
it.
it all, but now you don't want to talk
I
about
don't
it.
want to talk about it.
Go ahead.
I don't want to talk
You
about
can.
it. I don't want to talk about it
Why don't you want to talk about it?
because
not?
I have an opinion.
Go ahead. I want to hear that.
I have an opinion that you guys will not agree with.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to
I'm
say
okay
this.
with that.
I'm going to say this right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to
with
say some controversial shit.
that. Okay.
ahead.
Let's hear it.
Warning. Burn,
And-
burn, burn. Is there a?
Is
Is
there-
there a?
Is there a warning? That's not the warning.
That's out of words. What is it?
No, it wasn't that one either. That one.
There you go. There you go.
Warning. Warning.
Okay, hold on. Let's
No, it's the bottom one. The bottom one. That
all
one.
right. This one.
Do it again.
No,
Hey.
it's not that one.
Guys,
That's not
we're
that
gonna
one.
hear some
was the blue
controversial
one.
shit.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Told you.
Whatever.
All right,
Whatever.
back to the conversation.
No, 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 no. Listen. I don't want to talk about this too much because it will stir up some feelings in people,
So
and I might say something very
So this is the point of
That's
this
what-
conversation is. This is the point of this whole podcast. This is
How
why I
are you
fucking
gonna
come
get
here every
people to
Friday,
listen to
every
You know
other
what? All right,
Friday.
hold on. Tony,
Like
do you
you-
really?
You keep putting this
hold up.
pin in this grenade.
Hold on, Tony, do you really want to talk about this?
honestly, I don't.
Okay.
No,
Let's say that.
hold on.
No, I agree with Tony, 'cause-
no,
Well, I mean,
listen,
that's a different thing. If
I
you
think-
don't want to talk about
Honestly,
it,
yo.
okay, I respect that.
hold on
Yeah.
a
No,
second.
because
I
I'm
think
going.
me and Enrique are a little bit more in
Yeah,
common.
right. You guys are vibing on this, and me and Alana are vibing on this. You know what?
Actually, yo,
How should I put this?
go ahead, Tony. Go ahead. If you want to continue,
before you say what you want to say,
for Zeus, that's why.
All right, go ahead.
can I say something?
I
Yes.
got a question
I just want to
for
make a quick statement, though.
Yes, sir,
makes
Mr.
sense.
Nieves.
The point of this podcast, this point of these discussions, is that no one holds back.
No, that's
Right.
right.
So-
You're right. You're right.
So now,
But
like that
there's-
whole I'm scared that someone's going to think something, that shit needs to go out. Now, if you just don't want to go through the time to explain things and you don't want to go through the discussion, that's fine too.
I think
Then
that's what it is.
I would say maybe you don't want to talk
I be-
about it because if it's
yeah, I
if
think
if you
that's
feel that
one-
it's controversial and we're going to end up talking on it and you don't want to talk about it, then don't say it that
No,
way. But
well,
don't be afraid. I don't want to say it
No.
because I might offend some people.
No.
I'm
That's
like, fuck you. I'm
that's-
going to throw an ass a dart.
That's
Yeah.
far from it because I feel like I love free speech.
Yeah.
I'm a libertarian when it comes to that kind of shit. Like, yo, I love free speech. I'll say what the fuck
I'm
I feel.
struggling
Yeah.
to protect
Me too.
The
myself.
problem is going against friends that believe something different. You know what I'm saying? And it causes.
But it's the same thing that Enrique was just saying. Not to go against.
No, he wasn't saying that. He was just saying.
I was just saying, like you
just-
shouldn't be afraid to say something to hurt someone's feelings.
Right, which I'm not
Right.
afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's going to cause a lot of controversy, and this conversation is going to go fucking through the roof, and I don't think it's going to be entertaining.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm
Through
saying?
the roof. That sounds like a good thing, though.
Yeah.
I know that's
Yo,
what
hold
I'm
up.
saying.
I'm
like,
saying
we
if
want
you-
people to listen
there's
to
some
this,
good-
right?
Can I
I'm
ask
about
my
to-
question?
Okay, all right, go
Can I ask
ahead.
my question?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm
Go
curious.
ahead.
I'm curious,
All right.
Zeus. You're
All right.
talking
Yes.
about this.
Yes.
How much did that cost? Knowing your heritage and all that stuff, you know which you are.
It was expensive.
Well, tell me. So I'm curious.
No,
You
absolutely.
curious for yourself?
I
Well,
love it.
because honestly, my mom, when she told me, she said I was mixed with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Italian. She said that I'm also mixed with Russian. And she said a little German.
So there's a little surprise on this episode.
You are the father.
Align. Hold on. Brace yourself.
I am curious.
Brace yourself. I actually went into the background of this, and I kind of looked in a little bit and found out what you really are mixed with. Okay.
Hold on. What
Are you ready?
he is?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. You're mixed with 50% Mexican.
All right.
And are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? The other 50% is
This guy.
Mexican.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm curious how much that costs.
So I think they do discounts. They love
Yeah,
getting everybody's
they do.
fucking DNA. I think it's I
selling
would
that
say
shit.
no more than $100.
$100 because like I said,
Yeah.
my mom told me I was
Seriously.
mixed with those things, and
Yeah.
I'm curious. Like
You will be. I looked at mine. I did mine also.
Right.
My mom wanted. She's on like everyone eventually gets on that kick of finding and wanting to know who you are and shit. And we did that shit, and I'm like, I got like not even 1% of me is from like Israel, and then I have some Middle Eastern. I have African. The African's a little harder to trace because the tribes got taken over and moved all over the place for slavery and shit.
Right.
And then of course they say like the Indians, the Native American side of it is kind of the same to boot.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of they move all over the place. So I can't tell you like you're fucking Blackfoot Native American or Crow Native American.
Right.
They'll just say you're Native American.
They've gotten a little bit
Well,
better with that.
It's one of those things that the more and more the people take it,
Yes.
and more people take it, they put that pool in there, and they can make clones like Tony suggests, but in the actuality of it,
All
they
right.
do increase
I didn't know
their
I said that, but
percentage of knowledge of the DNA. So
That's
I think
another
it's-
reason why I don't talk about it.
it's good for I think it's good for you just to
I
kind of
think
know.
I'd try. I think
it's
I'm
the
gonna try it out.
It's
You
the
should-
stories
you should do it,
though.
for
It's
sure.
the stories that are like
Yeah.
way better. Like
I
And I am
a fucking
curious.
machine
I
telling
I
you.
will buy you one for Christmas.
There,
I
we're holding you to
I
it.
would appreciate.
I
This
swear I
motherfucker gets
will
everything
buy you
for
that
free.
for
You
a
hear that?
Christmas present.
Yo.
Motherfucker, it's a-
Oh, hold on.
Fuck
you, buddy.
So, and
Yes.
what I was saying is like the machine will tell you you're 11%,
Right.
fucking European, but
Right.
that story of your mom telling you like it's German and it's this and this is like
Right.
has a little bit more walls to it than a fucking machine just giving you a map and it's like slightly colored depending on what company.
So I have something to say. I have something to say with that, right? Take that with a grain of salt, right? You need to think about the era, right? That our grandparents were telling us these things with, right? For example, my grandmother.
Right.
Well,
Let me just like put it all in perspective, right? My grandmother was very coarse-haired, right?
yeah.
It was very obvious,
Yeah.
right, that she was the one, that my grandmother was the one with the African blood,
Right.
right? But she was also the one that was telling me, oh, la gente de color, right? She was referring to everyone else in the island of Puerto Rico, la gente de color, right?
People with the
Right.
color.
Right, the people with color, when she was also one of them.
Well, that speaks to the problem with racism in general
Yes.
within the islands. Anyone with darker skin and coarser hair is frowned upon, and if you have light skin. So what he's trying to, I think what you're trying to say
what I'm
is
trying to
like
say
your
is you
mom,
can't
your,
depend
your
on-
mom might have pumped it up because that was the
Yes.
good and the bloodline is the whiteness of it.
Yeah, exactly. It was always like trying to pump up the whole like European aspect.
So
of
I
it,
would say
like-
I think you're right, but also to say that like regardless, you have a percentage now, and you know that it is from that. It may not have been as great as it, later on when you find out, oh, it's fucking like 8% out of 100. It's a very small percentage, but it is a part of you. That's where, you probably get something. Maybe you can't quite tell it, but it might be your nose or something. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were signaling something else when you
more
pointed at your nose.
I got booger in my nose. Is that what you said?
No, I didn't think booger in your nose. I thought it was.
My brain was in front of my mouth when I was like, fucking
He got that
nose.
booger sugar.
Sugar booger.
That booger sugar.
Yo, Tony, can I get more of that? That's actually kind of good one. I kind of like that.
Hey, bro, why don't you bring some next time?
Yeah.
All right, so that was kind of the first topic-esque. We have a follow-up discussion.
I really like this discussion. I'm sorry, I'm a little drunk.
Yo, are you a little flagged there, buddy?
A little flagged.
The discussion we had just now.
Yes. So this is something I'm, really passionate about. The whole like discovery thing, and I'm not either side. You know what I mean? Like Ancestry, 23andMe, whatever. I don't care. I just think the whole discovery of who we are as a people is fascinating. Regardless.
I would agree. My problem comes back to race though, but
yeah,
my problem is like, so my sister is like, like everyone, like you said, I think everyone gets it. You always want to know where your name goes back to, if it was a certain town, a certain mountain range, whatever. But I think like as a Latino, a Puerto Rican, my sister hit a roadblock about 2 generations in.
Oh, yep.
And that's because Puerto is people of color.
Yep. We don't record keep.
Didn't record keep.
Yes.
So, like, I like the idea of it, but as a person who can only go back 2 generations, it kind of it hits that.
Right.
But when you see white people,
I love
they can go back
comparison.
5, 6, 7 generations on these websites and really get like, yo, my fucking great-great-grandfather was in the Civil War and shit like that.
I went back 4 generations at least.
Were you?
Yeah,
Well,
I got back 4.
Bro, I can go back 3 generations and your grandmom's still down there in Florida.
Right. This is true.
He has been blessed to be alive and have your was it just your great-grandmother? Or my great-great?
Some of my greats are still alive. Yeah.
Some of his greats are still alive. So, like, that speaks to just having kids young. But I'm talking. What I mean was more is like a jumping back like 400 years.
Right. Real quick, since we're talking about ancestry, all right, I just need to point this fact out, and I think that's extremely valuable that you point that out, because people that are of European ancestry solely, right? The majority of them are able to trace back their ancestry. I mean, oh my God. My mom?
Probably thousands of years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she go back to the castle and shit like that, right?
She literally went back. No, I literally am, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. God, I hate when I get tongue-tied.
It's the liquor.
So wait. So
my mom was able to trace her ancestry back to William the Conqueror.
Wow.
All right. So
you got a fucking celebrity in the house here. This guy's got a little bit of blood.
But hold on. My father's side,
I was
no. Both of those. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
No.
You could only go so far.
No. I get what you're saying.
I just wanted to press the button.
Yeah, listen.
We're gonna switch this.
Pretty
around.
much what you're saying.
We're gonna have the.
Pretty much what you're saying is, this is fucked up. Europeans can trace their shit back thousands of years.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I totally get that.
Yep.
Because obviously they created the system.
Oh,
Let's just call it what it is.
Yes.
Let's
You
just
know
call it
what?
what
I
it
agree
is.
with that. I agree. I agree
Let's
with
just
you.
call it what it
I
is.
agree with you with that.
Exactly.
Tony.
Because for some
Exactly.
reason, Europeans are you could say their culture is about keeping record
Documentations.
because they're conquerors. And there's
'Cause
nothing
they're
wrong with and look, and there's nothing wrong
You know
with
what?
that.
I'm gonna have
There
to.
is
I
something
agree
wrong with
that.
No,
I
there's
agree
nothing
with
wrong.
you.
See,
There is something wrong with
this is why I don't want to bring
This
it up.
is hold on. This is definitely a Jamie person moment. We needed a person on a computer because
Yeah, but I don't
you're
trust
saying
Google. I don't trust Google.
Okay, oh jeez.
Let's not do that.
Where did you get your information from? Google?
I'm not even talking about Google. I'm
No,
talking
I'm just saying,
about
where
I'm
did
talking
you get
about
your information
society.
now?
I'm talking about society. I'm not
From
we're
your own
not
personal thoughts. Wasn't
personal-
influenced
this
by
is,
anyone.
No, this is my view, and this is why I don't want to talk about this.
Okay. But as long as you're not basing it off of anything you've read off the internet
No, I don't.
or in a book.
Let me give you a
Because
little
the man is
preface
everywhere.
here. A little.
Hold on. I was going to say something. No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so you're saying that it's Europe. So when you say that, it makes me think of it's only Europe. And to me, that's not true because I know some Chinamen who was writing down shit way back and they were in Asia. And then I do know of a small group of people in the north of Africa called the Egyptians who wrote shit down too.
Yeah, but I want to break this down a little bit.
So I don't know what out of those three, I don't know who did it first.
You gotta understand.
I'm
that
just saying right now the Europeans probably did it better, or they did it at the right time after all those empires died off. They were the last one standing.
I'm going to
but
say this.
Continue.
Bing, 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 bing.
They
I'm
burnt
gonna-
all the
I'm
other
gonna say
fucking
this.
tablets and broke the tablets and burnt the fucking scripture.
Right. So just think about this
Some
deeply,
deep shit
really
right
quick.
there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's about to get deeper.
Oh shit! Tony, I thought you didn't want to go there.
I
thought
did.
you didn't want to go
I
there.
did not want. I did not want to go here.
Go ahead, Tony.
like
Not.
So
So you have to
I'm ready to
think.
get triggered.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
I love it. I love this.
So you
Pull out my magic wand.
Yeah.
you have to think outside of yourself for a second,
Okay.
and you have to look at history as a whole. Right? Who's telling the story?
The winner.
That is who's no, not the winner.
Yeah.
The one who's conquering you.
The
Yes.
winner. The
Think
winner.
about it. It's not the
Yes.
winner. It's not the winner. It's the one that's conquering.
Yes.
Well, I think
It's
to
the one
me,
that's conquering because
conquering,
winner and winner like it's a little
conquering
bit-
and winner is the same.
No.
the same thing.
It's the
because
same thing.
our
I agree with
conquerors
both
will
of you
tell
guys.
us who won this, who won that,
Yeah.
right? In the history books, right? They'll tell us who
because
won.
they're the ones.
But
that
who really won?
But they're winning because they're on
Guys,
top.
guys,
no,
So
No.
can I say something?
Technically
real quick?
they are.
Real quick. Real quick.
Where?
I want.
Mike, buddy.
Oh my God.
technically
I can't hear you,
they're
bro.
winning
All right,
now.
I can't
So listen, I think that
They may not be wrong, but
both
they're
of
winning.
you are right.
Right. So I'm trying to take it deeper. So
Right.
think about how history is told to us.
Mm-hmm.
It is told by the conquerors. So who is conquering us right now is telling us how they want us to learn it, right?
That's why. Hold on. Let's
Tony,
hold
you're
on.
taking
real
it,
quick
you're taking it.
before
I'm about to
before
take
we
it
go
deep
any
as
I don't
shit.
want, man. Do you really
No,
want to
I'm
take it?
ready for you.
I don't
I'm
wanna
ready
take it,
for
and that's
you.
why I'm not- I don't wanna take it this
far.
No,
Yeah.
Tony, I'm ready for you to take it deeper. You and Enrique,
that
I'm ready for you to
doesn't-
take it
Yo,
deeper.
can we take a pause?
Listen,
I
no,
gotta,
no,
I
no.
gotta use the bathroom.
No, we got-
Lion, shut the fuck up.
Give us 10 more minutes.
So
10 minutes?
listen,
10 more
All right,
minutes.
You can't
Listen.
wrap this shit up in 10 minutes.
listen, really.
'Cause
And
I'm-
that's why
really-
when I bring
but
it
this
here,
is-
I'm
Really?
trying to get a
I'm-
scapegoat out of this, Tony.
Lion, shut the fuck up. So sorry, but I'm like the guy in
Hey.
the Big Lebowski where I'm like,
Big Lebowski. What
no,
the fuck?
no, the guy who's like, shut the fuck up, like,
This guy's fucking. He's black.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, go
All
ahead.
So-
all right. So listen,
What are you
no,
gonna
but
say?
just listen. The point I'm trying to make is that I think both of you are right. I think that the point of the story is if you look at the word his story,
His story, yes.
it's always his story.
Speaking
All right,
to the mic.
all
Talking to Mike. Talking to
All
Mike.
right, it's always his story,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not necessarily always one person's side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's
It's always
That's
his
exactly-
story.
that's exactly what the problem is.
So-
it comes. It's a one
It's
dimensional.
always yes.
It's a one dimensional because history is told foul. Whoever conquers is the one that's going to tell you the history. They're going to tell you your past.
Yeah, right.
They're going to tell you where you came from.
I believe that's true.
And hold on. I want to take a little deeper because you were kind of like soul searching your past, so to speak.
Yep.
But you should also be proud of what your mom's side is giving you.
Absolutely. Sure.
Right?
Sure.
I feel like today you were going more on the Puerto Rican side of things or your father's side of things, and you're really proud of that more than your mom's side.
Yep.
Remember, without your mom, you weren't you.
Pop out that cooch.
Because the dad cannot procreate without a woman, right?
That's correct.
Neither can a woman.
A woman is the gatekeeper of this realm, right?
Yep.
No doubt. The vagina is the light
But she needs
it's
that
the
juice.
light that you see in heaven.
Can I say real quick how my mom met my dad? And let me tell you real quick.
I was going to ask you in the beginning, like,
no, it's all good.
30 minutes ago.
Listen, it's
Getting
all
away from
listen, it's all
the triggerness
good.
Tony was about to tell me.
Good. Listen, let me tell you something.
This is
it's,
the Zeus
it's
show.
something that I'm sorry. I don't mean to make this all about me.
But you are.
I am.
But let's continue talking about you.
So, my mom's not ashamed of this, and I love my mom to death, and for everything she's done for me.
Mom looks great for her age too.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful lady.
That's my baby.
My mom and
you don't know.
Oh, shit.
A line.
Align, show
Be
some respect,
nice.
bro.
I love her. I love her. Nah,
Show
she's-
some respect.
Yo,
Align.
she's always been there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
She's
Right?
She's
great
been.
woman.
No, she's
Miss
not.
Sonia,
She's been.
Miss
Lucky
Sonia's
to have such
been.
great
Nah,
parents.
she's
they're-
been there. Yeah.
Miss Sonia's been the shit.
Her and your stepdad have been like
Yeah.
so awesome, like throughout the years.
Okay,
So, my mom and my father met each other in New York at a what was called in the 80s a GoGo bar.
a go-go bar.
The GoGo bar, shit.
So isn't that like female dancers?
Yes, it's
Is it just like topless or something like that? It wasn't a strip joint.
It is a strip joint.
Okay.
Wait,
110%. It's
Hold
a
on.
strip joint.
Kind of.
A line.
It's like a
Yeah, I think
semi-
there's
Sorry
it's like a
I feel
fancy.
like I'm breaking this to my younger brother right here.
It's like, did you know?
I feel like a go-go is a classier strip joint.
I knew this dude for a long time,
they
and
just
this
do
is like the
topless.
first time.
I've heard this before. I think
I don't know,
I think his mom said something to us about it.
Yeah.
Was she a
I'm
dancer?
pretty sure. Yeah, my
She was a
mom.
dancer,
So
yeah.
my mom was a go-go dancer.
This is new to me.
What?
Respect. Make
I
that
think
money.
we were all there when she was
So
talking
my
about
best
this.
friend. So
I wasn't there
let
for
me
that.
let you guys hear this on air. That my best friend, a lion, just found out that my mother was a go-go dancer. Yes.
Late 70s, early 80s, my dude.
Explain what a go-go dancer is.
So,
My mom was a go-go dancer. My Puerto Rican father, he met her and he was like, wow, this little
She's
blonde
got the
chick is like,
moves.
wow, she's the shit.
Ka-dum.
Boom, dick, boom, dick, boom.
Yeah, and then they started talking, and
And wham, bam, thank
one
you, ma'am.
broken condom later.
How can you?
My father was 15 years older than my mom, and he
15.
15.
Damn.
How old was she
He
when
was-
she had you?
She was
20 something.
no, she was 20. Almost.
If she
almost
say 20 something,
no,
she's
not
fine.
not even 24. 23.
Yeah, she's all right though.
23.
That's cool.
That's a good age.
Yeah,
I mean, it's.
But remember, in
well, that is a good-
1984, that was like,
I think the
oh my
age,
God.
Well,
the
yeah,
age
everybody was
doesn't
all-
matter. I think it's more like where she's at financially in her career and all that kind of shit is when it's good to have kids. Doesn't matter about
Yeah,
age
my mom
to
was
me.
depending
Yeah, it's
on
not
my
about the
father.
That's where you're
My
at, man.
father was
He was a sugar daddy. Yeah, he had the fucking V-neck with the hair and the.
not
Coming
really.
out the
My
top.
father was
Fucking hamburger.
Was he a nerd?
Yo, your
Listen,
father was a musician,
listen,
right?
Let me just say it like this. Okay, let me just put
Yeah,
it on the record,
magicians-
right?
No,
So,
he was a bongo
so you know
player.
how
He
you
was a bongo
you know,
player.
so
He
let
plays-
me
No,
say
but
that.
I heard him play.
Yeah, those guys get, those guys get
That's what I'm
dance.
saying.
Like
He was
my
good-
father was into like salsa and all that. Like he was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He
he
was
was
a bongo player.
Those guys
right?
get cheeks though. Those guys
Right.
get cheeks.
Oh, he got the cheeks
Yeah.
all the time. But
I don't know what's going on right now.
I felt like this was gonna make a left-hand turn.
So check this out, right?
Go ahead.
So,
But he was gay.
But he was gay.
He got those kind of cheeks. I'm like, what? That's when you hit the. That's
All
a
right.
twist right
You know
there.
what? This is.
Where is this going?
I
guys?
have
Yes,
no
just
idea.
bring it back in.
Yo,
Bring it back in.
Yeah, let me
Zeus.
bring it back in.
in.
Ooh.
We're 40 minutes in, and I don't know where the fuck this conversation is
I'm
going.
not sure. We're talking about identity, guys. This is Zeus speaking.
Zeus is talking about
that
identity.
has never been on this podcast before. Don't listen to me, please.
The young old guys.
Yeah.
So if this goes offline of what you've ever listened to, it's all my fault, and I deeply apologize.
So the conclusion.
Yeah,
So the
let's throw
conclusion of this
out
all
there.
is, the fact that we all come from different backgrounds, right? You never know what someone comes from until you get. Shit. I'm trying to be serious on that,
I
guys.
know. I
I'm
think
sorry.
I think you went from like 10 to like 3. Like, it was too much. I didn't have my seatbelt on. I fucking hit my
I
head
wasn't
on the seat
ready.
in
I
front of you.
wasn't ready for this.
Yeah.
I was ready for a tear storm, guys.
All right, go ahead.
We're in a
I'm
power
sorry,
Sorry,
slide.
buddy. Say your last words.
I was
Go
trying to.
ahead,
I'm trying to keep this under 45 minutes, but go
buddy.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, I felt it, and then I
Where we
looked
at?
over at Tony, and he
41?
just
We got
Yeah,
41.
41. I'm
You
trying to
might
get
as well
this-
let him close
Let's-
out.
yo,
Let-
wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap
Let him
this shit up,
close
B.
out.
Is this really the first episode? I mean, is this the one episode right here?
Go ahead.
I like how he keeps on making fucking eye contact with the cameras. The fourth wall, bro.
You gotta pretend it's not there,
Fourth
bro.
wall.
Stop looking
I
at
learned about the fourth wall.
All right. So you got 41 seconds. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
All right. So the point I was trying to make is that we all don't truly know where we came from unless we really look at, we got to really look deep into ourselves to figure out. Shit. Now you motherfuckers got me like not really taking myself
He's
seriously.
fucked up. He's flagged.
Oh, yeah.
I'm flagged. No, but in all seriousness, we don't really know where we're coming from until we really look deep into ourselves.
And we
right?
get there.
And we get there. So a lot of what our parents tell us about, what our grandparents tell us about, what our great grandparents tell us are not anywhere near what we know. All right. I didn't know I was part fucking Dominican until I looked into Ancestry.com and figured it out. And then I asked my fucking ancestor, my fucking family in Puerto Rico about it. And they're like, oh, you didn't know it? Oh, you didn't know about this? Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't fucking know about it until I had to find it on my own. So I encourage everyone to kind of look into their own family's ancestry and whatever the fuck. I don't know. Give me some more wine.
No, I think we need to go less wine.
I think you need a little less wine. I think you need some water.
I'm gonna agree on that too.
No, but I think you're on to a point.
No,
I agree with you.
I agree. Yeah, that was
I think.
Wait, I'm actually right about something?
No. You know,
right? I think you
want everybody to look into themselves.
yeah, like
Look
get
back.
to know what where it
Yeah.
came from, what the heritage.
Look back. Take the time to
Yeah.
see where you came from.
You might not know where you came
Right?
from. Like
Right.
Don't be mad that you're a little Dominican. You know?
Yeah. Don't be mad. You're a little Dominican. Don't be
We're
mad
all
because you're a little
Latinos.
white.
Sa
Don't,
vaina acá, coño.
you know what I'm saying? Don't be mad because you're black or you're white or you're Indian or you Chinese, whatever the fuck
Embrace it.
right.
Embrace that
Embrace
shit.
it.
Right.
Embrace
Yo.
that shit. Embrace what
We're
the
one
fuck
race.
you
It's the human race.
are.
That's how I see it.
Yes,
You know what I
I
mean?
love
Like,
that.
who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
exactly.
Why does it
Exactly.
even matter anymore?
Some people care.
Yeah, that's a sad part.
I kinda
You shouldn't care.
There's some.
You
guess I
shouldn't
kinda
care.
care,
No, but
'cause,
you
like-
shouldn't care. You really shouldn't care.
You shouldn't care. I kind of care.
Why do you care?
Yeah, like what does it prove? In the
That
end.
I'm not white.
Oh, see, that's what
So
it is.
he just
Some
you just
hatred.
opened up a whole other can of worms.
Man.
On that note,
And
on that note, it closes up our episode right here. Thank you guys so much for coming to see us. Bye.
What?